let me get in a ridiculous thing that's going on. And I tell you this all the time that it happens with the media, and some of the media members are making a big stink about this. And it makes no sense whatsoever because there's no substance to it whatsoever. And so there's this whole thing making the rounds of Vic Fangio talking about the defense and the state of the defense and where it's at and all this BS. And then, you got media members, like, oh, I told you that this defense, isn't ready. It's not as good or this and that. And to me, this is where sensationalism just takes over sometimes with our media. And this is why I don't play this effing game. I try to play the game that is called common sense. I try to keep you guys level-headed, right? So here's Vic Fangio talking about the defense, right? And people are going off on this like, big problems on the defense and this and that, and they're not that good and all that. So let me play this soundbite for you. Okay, from Fangio talking about the defense. Okay, let me make sure. Is it in the screen? Yes, it is. It is in the screen. All right, here we go.
But I won't neither confirm nor deny.
What has been your impression when you see the players on the field of the talent that you have on defense?
We have some really good talent at some places. In other places, we've got to find the talent. So I think it's a good mix right now. Our good players have got to play really good for us to be good, and we got to find the other guys to fill in that play good in spite of their lack of playing time and experience. I want to ask you.
Let me get back to that. And then the title here, I don't know if you can see it right there. Fangio was trying to warn us. Warn who? Warning what? Did anybody say this was the no-name defense? I must have missed that. Did anybody say that this was the steel curtain? Doomsday defense? Broncos of 2016? Ravens of 01? Bucks of 03? Or was it Ravens of 03, Bucks of 0? I don't know, whatever. I'm sorry, I must have missed that. Because last time I checked, we kind of knew the second safety spot was kind of up in the air, right? We weren't sure if Brandon Jones could fit in the system, then who else is going to play. Did you think that they had great linebackers? Because I never did. I must have, I don't know. By the way, has Jalen Phillips yet turned the corner? I expect him to do it this year, but he hasn't yet, right? So he has to, right? And Jalen Ramsey's out, correct? So you have young guys filling in. So that should be a little bit of a drop-off. Not that Cater can't do the job. I think Cam Smith can do the job overall, but there'll be a little bit of a curve, a learning curve for Cam Smith. There'll be a little bit of a drop-off because it's called Jalen Ramsey. Here's the other thing. When a new coordinator takes over, I don't know. Maybe media members who are, like Omar asked that question, and Omar was part of, oh, we're trying to warn you. I'm sorry. Like, when a new coordinator takes over, offense or defense, do you know that they inherit something that's incomplete? You do know that, right? No coordinator pretty much in the history of mankind goes to a new team and the offense and the defense they inherited is impeccable and every player fits their scheme. Because we don't know if Brandon Jones fits on safety. Do we know, Jonathan? Do we know if Emmanuel Ogbah fits? Actually, he doesn't. And so there's always a year or two of transition when a new coordinator takes over because they inherit pieces that don't belong. So the defense was never going to be labeled great. Anybody with intelligence wasn't expecting a great defense. You have enough talent to be a good defense. You have enough playmakers to actually make some plays, and that's what you're hoping for. You're hoping for Phillips and Chubb to get to the quarterback. You're hoping for Wilkins to stuff the run. You're hoping for Ramsey and X and Holland to shut shit down on the back end. But you know that this isn't anybody with intelligence, anybody with common sense. But then when I see bullshit like this, oh, we tried to warn you. Warn what, dude? What the hell is there to warn? Who the fuck said this was a complete team? Who the hell said that this was the second coming? Who said this was going to be a dominant defense? It should be a better defense because you got Vic Fangio, and when Jalen Ramsey gets back, and the secondary is mostly healthy outside of that, so you should be better. But nobody with intelligence is trying to make it sound like you're supposed to go 17-0. And this is where the sensationalistic bullshit starts all over the place. All right? With the trades, the fake trades that we've had all offseason. You're going to get Poyer. You're going to trade for Saquon. You're going to trade for Cook. And now you're trading for Jonathan Taylor and all that stuff. And then let's get sensationalistic about whatever story there is out there because we need clicks, we need views, and we need to piss you off or get you all worried. Because being sensible and logical is boring. I'll stay with boring. When shit is wrong, I'll tell you it's wrong. Okay? Like when I tell you, hey, Flo is running roughshod through the building. He's not really, getting along with people. He didn't want to. We got problems here. And there was problems and he got fired. When I tell you, when I tell you that, hey, we should be concerned about something, it's because I'm going to give you material on why, but I'm not going to make shit up. I'm not going to make shit up. Because we've talked all offseason about the linebackers, about the second safety, and when Jalen went down, we knew that there was going to be a drop-off there. As much as I like Cam, as much as I like Kohu, none of them are Jalen Ramsey. So it just, I don't get it, bro. I don't get it, but I ain't going to play that game, and we're going to shut that kind of shit out. That's all I got to say.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.